Peace, family. PA Finley, Pathway coming at you live. This video is going to be part 2 to the power of belief. Probably going to have more parts to this. The last time I talked to you guys, which was in, actually, I don't know exactly when the last time I made a video. Anyway, but I know that in part 1, I said that I was going to do it right after that one. And something else went down. So, anywho, I'm here to continue part 2. This is part 2 of the power of belief. And I believe I was talking about, I think I set up the stage in part 1 about the rank and file. And also, I don't know, I didn't get to the agreement part with you guys just yet on that, so I think I'll do that now. Again, a lot of the communication I got for you guys is coming from my point of view. Just some stuff I learned since I've been living on this planet for 50 years. 51 in March, coming up pretty soon. It's November now, going into December of 2017. Anyway, belief. Going to just dive into what I believe is the process. First of all, we got to figure out a few things. We got to assess. We have to be courageous enough, and I think Brother Young Pharaoh, he did a video on righteousness. Oh my gosh, how much fire that is. Righteousness. Righteousness is power. As it turns out, it is our power. We have a natural affinity to righteousness. You know, I know some of us thinking about some of the individuals, the blacks that they know, brothers and sisters, whatever, you think, oh my goodness, these people is evil. Believe it or not, man, the worst of us has been taught that. You know, it's been learned. The worst of us. And even the worst of us is, believe me, we got some worse, but man, come on, man, there's some lines we even the worst of us won't cross. Not to point fingers or nothing, man, but the other side of the spectrum, there is no line they won't cross. It's just some stuff we won't do. But we still do a whole lot of crazy stuff, and that's what we have to stop. You know, knowledge itself, and this is what this is about, is listen, we fear, and I got to do a video on fear. We fear the man or woman in the mirror more than anything else on the planet. And I think that's been taught too. Fear itself is some stuff that we learned. You know what I'm saying? Our lives and our experiences since we've been here has been so traumatic that fear has been embedded in us being able to look at ourselves. And that's you know, I'm talking about getting on the front line in any ward, all that kind of stuff, man. It just does not stand up to looking at ourselves in the mirror. And unfortunately, in order to do any of the things that Young Pharaoh is suggesting, or even what I'm suggesting, to do any of the things that any, you know what I'm saying, the conscious community where we're trying to reach out to you and elevate you, in order to do any of these things, you got to face yourself. I know. It's definitely one of the hardest things. I don't know anything harder. However, I don't know anything more rewarding. And not only that, let's face it, everybody. Let's keep it 100. Just because it's hard, just because it's hard doesn't mean we can't do it. How much hardness in our lives have we endured? How much hell have we already endured and came out almost unscathed? We have it within us to face ourselves, to do that thing that we fear the most. How many times in our lives have we faced death, the threat of it, and still made it through? Surely we can make it through this. Just because it's hard don't mean it can't be done. This is just one of the hard things we have to choose to do. A lot of the experiences in our lives has been put upon us without our choice. And then eventually, because of all of the hardships that has been put upon us without our choice, we begin to make choices that bring more hardships. So on one hand, we're not choosing, on the other hand, we are, because we're caught in that cycle. But the way out of that cycle is through the person in the mirror. It is through looking at oneself and really taking a good look and saying, what am I doing? I said before, it's not even about right and wrong. It's not so much about that, but it's about what's going on with me to the point where I can't connect. I got too many fears. So getting back onto the point of belief, because all of these issues I'm going to be making videos on. I think I talked about 3 or 4 of them just now. But belief connects to all of this. We have to take a look at what we believe. And we have to have the courage to do it. How many times in our lives have we had courage to do things that we didn't even know we had? Until it was time to step up. It's time to step up. Take a look at ourselves. By the way, just for the record, going on 2 weeks now, no meat. My body is coming out with all kinds of stuff. My nasals is stuff coming out of my eyes, everywhere, everything. My body is rejecting naturally through a flushing out system all of the mucus and the pus and the rest of the stuff that's been building up in my body. It's being released and flushed out. I'm taking my bowel movements is up. It's pushing it out, man. It's getting rid of the stuff. I know what it's doing. So, but that's, just breaking chains. And that's what belief is about. That's what I want to talk about, is breaking chains. We got to break these chains, man. Who am I without the chains? I don't even know. Until I break them. And then whatever's left is me. That's what I want to see. I want to see me. I want to see who I am without all of these. I feel like a big bowl of chains wrapped around me. I got to break this stuff, man. Anything that's linked and connected to slavery, I got to shut it down because I know it's not for me. So, okay, so now we got belief. Okay, already. Part 2, done. Finna do part 3. And I'm thinking, that's what I'm finna do this time. I'm hoping that I follow suit with what I'm saying. But anyway, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell me what you think about belief. I'm finna do this part 3 right now. Deuces.